Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another NFL rebuild. We're on our last couple of rebuilds here. I don't know how many more I'm going to do now that we're nearing the end of the season. Super Bowl is 2 weeks from today as of this upload. It's being uploaded on Sunday morning. So, last year, as soon as the free agency, I think I did a week or two after the Super Bowl. But then teams started changing, so I kind of got bored of. I didn't really want to do it with the same old teams. All these teams are changing. It kind of happens every year with Madden. I don't really feel like playing it after the Super Bowl because so much shit changes, and it's like I'm playing with the same teams. I don't want to sit here and change the teams every single time I start a new thing or, all that, and then it's just kind of boring to me because I don't play with the same franchise every single thing. I don't keep going with it. I'm only 3 years into my Packers franchise, and I'm a Packers fan. I don't really care to keep playing the same one. I like to start new. I've done a Cowboys franchise of my own. Working on a Dolphins one right now. I've done a Commanders franchise. I've kind of gone in alphabetical order with this, but I like to play different franchises. And once things start changing, I kind of start getting bored. But yeah, we'll continue on for right now. The next after this is the Houston Texans. If anything, that'll end up being the last one because I do kind of want to do a rebuild with C.J. Stroud. So I have a feeling the Houston Texans rebuild will end up being the last one. And then we'll have done 10 rebuilds this year. I know it wasn't a whole lot, but there's a lot more video games that I wanted to play at the end of the year that I wanted to get into and everything. Like Spider-Man 2, Alan Wake 2, all those other games there that I really wanted to play. So didn't really have a crazy amount of time to do rebuilds. And then, of course, I had all of January, but I just had so much shit going on in January. Too much crap that I wish I didn't have to deal with, but I had to deal with. But, now we're here, rebuilding the Dallas Cowboys, who kind of suck. Not really. I mean, they're a really good team, but they always lose in the playoffs. So, I mean, what do you expect? They just lost to the Packers, my team. Yeah, I was very happy with that, but I can understand the Dallas Cowboys fans' frustrations. I mean, this year was so hyped. It was a possible Super Bowl run year. I mean, they look like they could have done it, and they get to the playoffs and get absolutely obliterated by the Packers. But let's take a run down the NFL roster and see what the roster we're dealing with here. I know we're not going to have a crazy amount of money due to these contracts that some of these guys got, but we'll just have to work with what we got. Dak Prescott at quarterback, already 30 years old, but he'll end up probably being the quarterback for the rest of the year or the game. Cooper Rush at backup and Trey Lance there. I'm going to keep Trey Lance because I'm a NDSU guy, so I'm going to end up releasing Cooper Rush. Tony Pollard at running back, Rico Dowdle and Deuce Vaughn. Fullback, they got Hunter Luepke. Wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Michael Gallup, Jalen Tolbert, Kevontae Turpin, and Jalen Brooks. At tight end, there's Jake Ferguson, Luke Schoonmaker, Peyton Hendershot, Sean McKeon, and then the long snapper Trent Siege. Left tackle, we have Tyron Smith, Matt Let's Go. At left guard, Tyler Smith, Chuma Edoga, Asim Richards. Center, Tyler Biotish and Brock Hoffman. Right guard, Zach Martin, TJ Bass. At right tackle, Terrence Steele and Josh Ball. Left end, DeMarcus Lawrence, Dante Fowler Jr. and Vilimi Fiocco, I believe is how you say his name. Right end, Micah Parsons, Dorrance Armstrong, and Sam Williams. Defensive tackle, Osa Odigizua, Jonathan Hankins, Mozzie Smith, Neville Gallimore, and Chauncey Golston. Left outside linebacker, Tyrus Wheat. And, of course, Mozzie Smith was the first-round pick this year. Middle linebacker, Leighton. What was his overall? 62? Fuck. Middle linebacker, Leighton Vander Esch, Marquise Bell, DeMarvion Overshone, and Malik Jefferson. I don't know where Marquise Bell came from. He must have been drafted last year. I can't really remember being in... I don't really know. Damone Clark at right outside linebacker. At corner, we have Stephon Gilmore, Trayvon Diggs, Darren Bland, Jordan Lewis, Noah Igbenogany, C.J. Goodwin, Nashawn Wright, and Eric Scott Jr. Really good corner team. Free safety, Malik Hooker and Israel, not going to say that last name. Strong safety, Donovan Wilson, Jaron Curse, Wanye Thomas. At kicker, Brandon Aubrey, and punter, Brian Anger. So the team is really good. Let's see if we can keep them really good, and let's see if we can bring them to a Super Bowl. I'm going to go do some depth pickups and also probably put some guys on the trade block, and I'll see you guys at the week 1. We are at week 1 here with the Giants. We're set our season goal. Super Bowl time for the Cowboys, baby. You already know it. It's our year. Yeah, that's right. I wish I had a face cam to just kind of stare into, but I don't. Eventually, maybe sometime this year we'll get that. but we'll see what happens. We're going to keep the auto-generated rookies going into the... Obviously, we always do, so... I don't know what I'm looking for. I think I might be looking for offensive line, because we might lose a center. We might lose Tyron Smith at tackle. I think there's a way I can free up enough space to bring back... If we take a look at the re-signed players here, I think there's a possibility I can free up enough space to bring back Tony Pollard and maybe Tyron Smith. But I feel like Tyler Biadasz should go better for bringing back. He's 77 overall. He's only 25 years of age. And I feel like after that, there's not many people we need to bring back. I mean, looking at the rest of these names, I feel like a lot of them aren't terrible if we do end up losing them. Obviously, Micah Parsons will bring back on his 5th-year option, but he's not someone I have to worry about re-signing. Tony Pollard, I'd like back. He's only 26 years old. It'd be nice to have him back. Tyron Smith, it'd be nice to have him back. He's also 32. If we do lose him, it's not the end of the world. Stephon Gilmore, I'm not going to re-sign him. 32 years old. He's going to drop to about an 84, 83 overall after this next season. He'll be a superstar still, but it's just not worth keeping him around. When he'll be a 70 by this next season, if he even stays, he might even retire. Tyler Biadasz, he's a good center. I'm going to look at either corner. I think I'm going to prioritize corner because I think I could bring back... I don't know. It's tough. I think I might prioritize tackle. And if I need to, I can sign a corner. This is not what I wanted to do. Region breakdown. Wide receiver, quarterback, free safety as always. Right tackle is actually not a very good thing, but we're going to do offensive tackle there's already an offensive tackle at the 3-star position. West, quarterback, left tackle, we're going to do offensive tackle there. Central, right outside linebacker, right guard, free safety, we'll do interior offensive line here. Northeast, right end, left end, tight end. I don't need defensive ends. I might put a defensive end there. Wide receiver, free safety, defensive tackle. Damn, corner is not really good this class, is it? We'll look at... I don't know. Probably we'll try to just put another interior offensive lineman there or something. I don't want to fire that guy. We'll keep the 3-star offensive tackle. I probably could have kept the interior offensive line too, but that's okay. We'll bring in a 2-star offensive tackle and a couple of 1-star whatevers, and I'll see you guys after that. Alrighty, if we look here, we have offensive tackle at the National. West will have offensive tackle 2-star, a Central of interior offensive line, 1-star at the 1-star defensive end for Northeast. Southeast has a 1-star wide receiver scout, because why not? I mean, it doesn't really matter at that point, but I think we are actually good to simulate to the midseason mark, and I will see you guys over there. We're here at the midseason mark, week 8. We are 5-1. I believe our only loss was to the Jets. The Eagles are also 6-1. That's a little annoying. These fucking Eagles. And I'm assuming we are up there with the Super Bowl favorites, 28. Yeesh. Oh, damn, the Packers are ahead of us. That's weird. Clarence Cartwright, a halfback. We're not fucking drafting a running back. I can promise you that. And running back is not what I am going to draft. Jesus. Other than that, players ready to negotiate their contracts. I can't do anything yet. I have $7.6 million for next year. Hopefully we're able to do something, and maybe if we can't, we can franchise tag somebody. Scouting national focus. We'll choose our national focus, and that's obviously going to be offensive tackle for now. We'll obviously see what'll happen. I'm honestly just thinking of letting Tyron Smith go. In all honesty with you, he's just going to cost us more money year after year. And at the end of the day, maybe it's just better to not have to worry about it and get somebody younger. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to decline that. I don't really care to look through that right now. Besides that, I'm going to simulate to week 10, and we'll go through the draft class. Well, let's take a look through the prospects that we'll be drafting. We'll just take a look at the offensive tackles and maybe some corners. Left tackle, we got Colin Anderson, who is a top 5 guy, absolutely incredible physicals. A awareness, A impact blocking, B run block, A run block finesse, D run block power, D pass block power, A lead block, B pass block, and B pass block finesse. Not terrible, agile guy. Pass protector in Luke Trent. Okay, physicals. C impact blocking, C lead block, A pass block finesse, A pass block power, C run block finesse, C run block power. Not terrible. Not terrible at all. Nick Younger, who is a power guy. Decent physicals, skills, A impact blocking, B lead block, B pass block, B run block power. Not a terrible guy at all either. Everyone else is kind of mid. At right tackle, we got Dalton Bush, who is the only one here that's actually pretty decent. A pass protector, decent physicals, A awareness, B impact blocking, B pass block power, B run block. Not terrible at all either. Other than that, the rest of this class kind of sucks. This is not a very great draft class at all. I put a fullback here just because. But other than that, we got our tackles. I got a guard here. I got a center. And then it's just this. This is all it is. All I could really find that I actually liked in this class. The class is not very good, I'm going to be honest with you. Oh, I did not expect that. Like, I was just kind of going through it, and I'm like, wow, I expected to see more people here. But, I mean, there's a lot of good safeties and a decent amount of corners, which I didn't think there was many because they didn't have any strengths. But they're probably like lower 70s, like 71, 72, 73, and that's why they're not at the top of the strength. But still, that's crazy to me. But that's not really what we're looking for, unfortunately. I'm looking for something else this time around. Maybe next year we'll look at corner, but yeah, that's what I got going on. Other than that, we'll sim the next week here, and we'll obviously do our focus players before I move on and sim to the postseason. So let's take a look here. Choose our focus players, and Colin Anderson's actually round 1 to 2 guy. Luke Trent's actually round 1 to 2 guy. I want to obviously finish Dalton Bush and Nick Younger, but I also want to take a look at Jonathan Ellison, and that's what we're going to do right now. I'm looking, if the center is pretty decent, it's just around, maybe if he's even around 1 or around 2 to 3, I think I'm still going to draft him in the later rounds, and I might not bring back Tyler Biadasz. We'll see what happens. Other than that, let's simulate to the postseason, and I will see you guys there. So we are at the postseason, and we ended up, the Eagles, who were the second, the only one of 2 teams to beat us, which was the Jets and the Eagles, they ended up losing a couple more games, 4 more games, and we ended up getting the #1 overall seed. Look at that. There we go, Cowboys. Proud of that. There we go. So, we don't even need to worry about any of that. Anyway, we can go look at stats and awards, see how the team did this year. Dak with 4,500 yards, 45 touchdowns, 7 picks. Pretty decent season. Rushing, Tony Pollard with 933 yards and 7 touchdowns. Kind of expected more. Rico Dowdle with 382 yards and 10 touchdowns. Receiving, CeeDee Lamb with 1,500 yards and 15 touchdowns. Michael Gallup with 900 yards and 11 touchdowns. Jake Ferguson with 865 yards and 9 touchdowns. Brandon Cooks with 788 yards and 4 touchdowns. And Tony Pollard had 211 yards and 2 touchdowns. Blocking, Terrence Steele ended up letting 8 sacks. Chuma Edoga. Who's their starting left guard? Who's the other one? Tyler Smith did not let up a single sack. Tyler Biadasz only let up 1. Zach Martin only let up 1. Tyron Smith with 7. Terrence Steele with 8. Defensively, Leighton Vander Esch with 105 tackles. Michael Parsons with 14 tackles for loss. DeMarcus Lawrence with 11. Oso Odighizuwa with 9. Mozzie Smith with 8. Michael Parsons had 16.5 sacks. Oso Odighizuwa had 8.5 sacks. DeMarcus Lawrence with 7.5 sacks. Mozzie Smith had 3. Chauncey Golston with 2. Dante Fowler, Donovan Wilson, and A.J. Klein with 1. Leighton Vander Esch, Darren Bland, and Malik Hooker with half a sack. Stephon Gilmore had 4 picks. Darren Bland, Marquise Bell, and Trayvon Diggs had 3. Donovan Wilson had 2 picks, and A.J. Klein and Leighton Vander Esch had 1. Kicking, Brandon Aubrey went 9 for 11, so we didn't actually kick that much this year, so whatever. Still, I mean, not only 11 kicks and you missed 2 is kind of disappointing, but that is whatever. Other than that, we will advance the week to the divisional round and see who we're going to be facing in the divisional round. The Eagles. Wow, okay, playoff rivals. Look at that, there we go. I think we must have we obviously went 1 for 1 on the season, so I guess we'll see what happens. I'm going to hit hard-hitting brawl and boost hit power. Here we go. Let's fucking beat the Eagles, man. We'll upgrade the players here real quick before I do that. Upgrade players. I'm not going to worry about any of those. Let the CPU handle them, and we'll move on to the NFC Championship and see if we beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Here we go, boys. Come on. We lost. That's okay. Only our first season. Not too awful. Man, it sucks that we lost to the Eagles, but what are we going to do? It's Bengals, Chargers, and Packers, Eagles. Okay, this is an interesting first start to the season, or first start to the rebuild. Look at that. That's interesting. Anyway, I'm going to simulate, well, yeah, I'm going to simulate over onto the Super Bowl. I'll meet you guys over there. It is an Eagles, Chargers Super Bowl. That's an interesting one. I did not expect that going into this. View the yearly rewards here. MVP went to Dak Prescott. Hey! His first MVP. Love to see it. Was there another Cowboy? I thought there was another Cowboy there. Oh, I was looking at the wrong thing. There wasn't. But Mike McCarthy got Coach of the Year. In the NFC, Offensive Player of the Year went to Brandon Ayuk. Okay, CeeDee Lamb at 2. Dak Prescott at 3. Defensive Player of the Year, Micah Parsons was at 3. Offensive Rookie of the Year, probably not going to have anybody. Defensive Rookie of the Year, nobody there as well. Best Quarterback went to Dak Prescott. Obviously, we don't have anybody else. Best Running Back, nobody there. Best Wide Receiver, CeeDee Lamb at number 2, which is crazy. Best O-Line, Tyler Smith won Best O-Line. There we go. So I think that brings him up to a superstar now. Zach Martin at number 2. Tyler Biadasz at number 6. Best D-line, Micah Parsons at number 2. Awesome. Best linebacker, we have nobody there. Obviously, all the rush linebackers are going to be there. Best defensive back, Stephon Gilmore at number 3, and Trayvon Diggs at number 10. Best kicker, and we didn't have anybody there. So, really great year for our guys. Yeah, that's all I got. Let's simulate to the offseason, see who wins the Super Bowl between the Eagles and the Chargers. And that is the Eagles. They beat the Chargers. Chargers still don't have a Super Bowl. 4-time NFC champs for the Eagles, 2-time AFC champs for the Chargers, 2-time Super Bowl champions for the Eagles. Super Bowl MVP was linebacker Nicholas Morrow. Wow, okay, that's crazy. Besides that, I'm assuming we must have had someone that retired. I mean, we had some older people in our thing. Nobody. We had nobody retire. Okay, well, whatever. Upgrade the players. I'm assuming it's going to be all practice squad guys. Yeah, we'll let the CPU handle all of that. And we'll move on in the week to re-sign players and see if there's anybody that we need, or see if we can bring anybody back at least. I think we had a couple extra million in our cap space now. I don't know where it came from, but we got it, so I'm not going to complain. 18.8 million. Micah Parsons, we're going to accept his 5th-year option. Tony Pollard, can I bring him back? I should be able to. Tony Pollard's back. I got 8.8 million. Stephon Gilmore, I'm not going to bring back. Now, some people might want him. It's just not going to happen. Tyler Smith, we can't really afford. Tyler Biadasz, we can bring Tyler Biadasz back. He's back for a couple of years. Tyron Smith, Stephon Gilmore, I'm going to let walk, unfortunately. But let's focus on getting this team younger. I'm not going to accept Trey Lance's 5th-year option. That will not happen. Let's advance the week to free agency week 1. We don't have any money to really do anything in free agency unless I really want to go and kind of mess shit around, but I'm not going to do that this time around. I'm going to let it work how it's going to work. Other than that, we can take a look down our roster here, just kind of make sure that there is nobody else that we need. There's nothing else that I forgot, and it's not really looking like it. We're going to focus on offensive tackle in the draft. Other than that, the rest of the O-line is good. The defensive end is good. Defensive tackle is good. Left outside linebacker, I'm going to move DeMarvion Overshown to left outside linebacker for now, because we have our outside linebackers are all off-ball linebackers, so it shouldn't affect anything. He's a 73 at outside linebacker, so that is okay with me. Other than that, our middle linebacker group is good. Our outside linebacker groups are good now too. Corner, it'd be kind of nice if we had a 70 overall corner, but maybe I can focus on that later. Other than that, I think we're doing pretty good. Brian Anger, would it hurt me to release him? It really wouldn't. I'm going to draft that punter that I saw because I think he's really good. And Brian Anger's just up there in age. I think I can just release him, get a couple million. Maybe I can find a corner that'll take only 5 million and I'll be good. Probably not going to happen, but we'll go down the list here. CJ Henderson wouldn't be bad to bring in. he's not gonna want too much money. And he's got interest, so he can be our guy. That's gonna be he didn't sign yet, and he signed. CJ Henderson is now a Dallas Cowboy. Look at that. And we'll just have that better slot corner to put in there instead of putting in a 68 overall or something. That's okay with me. I'm gonna simulate to the free agency recap, and I will see you guys over there. We are at the free agency recap. Let's take a look at mock draft number 5. I think they're trying to get Nick Younger to go to us here, which, I mean, I'd like to probably trade up and get Luke Trent at the least, because I don't think I can't really trade up all the way up here and get Colin Anderson, but I think I should be able to trade up and get Luke Trent. Depends on, let me take a look here. What is that other guy? So Nick Younger's round 2 to 3. Dalton Bush is actually around 3 to 4. Let me take a look. Is there any other tackle that might be worth getting? If I look at all regions, anybody else that is scouted that might be good in later rounds? There's nobody. It's pretty bad. Ravens. We're gonna need to talk about possible trade. You know, I'm gonna fucking get there. I don't care what they say. We'll trade up with some of them. Maybe we'll trade up with the team before the Ravens. See if they have anybody that I can give them. I'll kind of look around and see what I can do to trade up and get Luke Trent over them. At least something better at offensive tackle. Other than that, let's view the free agency recap. See who went where. Tyron Smith ended up going to the Titans. Ouch. Antoine Winfield went to the Titans as well. Josh Allen to the Commanders. Amari Cooper to the Texans. Stephon Gilmore went over to the Vikings. Michael Pierce to the Cardinals. Calvin Ridley to the Falcons. Andrew Van Ginkel went to the Eagles. Kevin Zeitler went to the Raiders. Kyle Duggar to the Raiders. Grover Stewart went to the Raiders. Robert Hunt to the Patriots. Leonard Williams to the Bears. Geno Stone went to the Colts. Bobby Wagner to the Cardinals. Jadeveon Clowney went to the Lions. Frankie Luvu to the Rams. A lot of people here didn't get signed. Bryce Huff to the Commanders. Baker Mayfield went to the Raiders. Cody Barton to the Rams. Sorry about that. Jesus. Josie Jewell went to the Eagles. Odell Beckham Jr. to the Texans. Rashid Shaheed to the Commanders. And that's it for our 80 overalls. Obviously, CJ Henderson went on over to the Cowboys. Other than that, private workouts. Is there anybody I need to prioritize? Oh, we can look at Jonathan Ellison still, I guess. Vinny Youngblood and figure out what he is. Other than that, everyone else is at 50%, so it's kind of tough to look at, but we can do that, and that will work out just fine for us. Other than that, we'll advance the week here to the draft and see what we're working with our center and all of them. And then we'll start. Now that I want the mock drafts, and we'll try and trade up with some team ahead of the Ravens and get Luke Trent. Even though I don't think he's as good as Colin Anderson, but I'm not going to be able to trade all the way up to get Colin Anderson. Vinny Youngblood's actually round 1 or 2 guy, and Jonathan Ellison's actually round 1 guy. Holy shit. Ooh, we got 2 great guys there that we could possibly steal up. That'd be fucking amazing if we're able to do that. Other than that, let's start the NFL draft. And I'm going to trade back and start attempting trades. Okay. So I'm trading. Obviously, we're swapping off first-round picks. I'm trading them a 7th rounder this year and a 3rd rounder next year for their 1st rounder to the Seahawks. And that is where I'm going to take Luke Trent to be my new starting offensive tackle. Let's see if we can find him up here first. Luke Trent, there he is. Pass protector archetype. And he's a normal dev trait. That sucks, but we'll live with it. Better than whoever else we could have got. Let's advance to the next user pick and see who's still available in our draft board. Jonathan Ellison is still here. I think that's who I'm going to take. The guard is gone, but Jonathan Ellison, I'm more than happy to bring you in. Hidden dev trait, that is a-okay. I'm perfectly happy with that. We'll advance to the next user pick and see if that middle linebacker is there. If he isn't, then we're just going to go with depth pickups from here on out. He's not. The left outside linebacker's here. I might as well side him. or draft him. Jeff Dockery. That doesn't look terrible. I guess we'll see what he looks like. Maybe high 60, low 70. We'll see what happens. Fucking low 70 would be amazing, but I'm thinking high 60. We'll see what happens. Other than that, I'm going to go pick up depth pickups, and I'll see you guys at the draft recap. Okay, we are at the draft recap. We didn't have a whole lot of picks in this draft. After the third round, after the fourth round, it was the seventh round. So, Luke Trent is a 74 overall. Not terrible. Jeff Dockery ended up being a 67. I was hoping for like a 69 at least, but that's not the end of the world, I guess. Jonathan Ellison was a 75 overall. Felix Pounds, a halfback, 66. And our rookie punter that I drafted, a 77 overall with a hidden dev trait. That's incredible. Let's take a look at the best players in this draft class. Carter Hayden, actually a right guard. Wasn't that the guy? No, that wasn't the guy I was looking at. He was actually an 82 overall. Christopher Olsen, the quarterback, is actually an 80. Jerome Woodard is a halfback who's a 79. Jawan Stevenson, a 77. Jimmy Weaver, a strong safety, was a 77. Punter that we got was a 77. And let's take a look. Where's that tackle? Where was he at? What's his thing? Luke. Oh, come on. There's no way he was worse than Luke Trent, was he? Hold on. Oh my god, Luke Trent was better than him. Colin Anderson probably has a hidden dev trait, though. He does. But still, wow, we got the better tackle in the draft. We got the best tackle in the draft. That's crazy. I did not expect that. Alright. I mean, I ain't gonna complain with that. A great draft class from us, in all honesty with you. A great punter. Better than Brian Anger was, actually. And then we got, we filled positions of need. That's all we needed to really do at the end of the day. We'll take a look down the draft class. I might need to sign some, if I can, I might need to sign some depth pickups, because I only had one pick to actually pick up depth pickups. Quarterback is Dak Prescott and Trey Lance. Halfback, Tony Pollard, Deuce Vaughn, Felix Pounds. Fullback, Hunter Luepke. Wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Michael Gallup, Jalen Tolbert, Kevontae Turpin, Jalen Brooks, Lance McCutcheon, and Cade Warner. Tight end, we have Jake Ferguson, Luke Schoonmaker, and Peyton Hendershot. Left tackle, Luke Trent, Matt Waletzko. Left guard, Tyler Smith, Asim Richards. Center, Tyler Biotish and Jonathan Ellison. Right guard, Zach Martin and TJ Bass. Right tackle, Terrence Steele and Josh Ball. Left end, DeMarcus Lawrence and Fiolemi Fioko. Right end, Micah Parsons and Sam Williams. Defensive tackle, Oso Odigizua, Mozzie Smith, and Chauncey Golston. Left outside linebacker, we got DeMarvion Overshone and Jeff Dockery. Middle linebacker, Leighton Vander Esch and Marquise Bell. Right outside linebacker, Damone Clark and Andre Mintz. Corner, Trayvon Diggs, Darren Bland, CJ Henderson, Nashawn Wright, Darren Neal, Vincent Gray, Eric Scott Jr., Rodarius Williams, and Ellen George. Motherfucker. Free safety, Malik Hooker and Israel, whatever his last name is. Strong safety, Donovan Wilson and Wanye Thomas. Kicker, Brandon Aubrey. Punter, Kyle Core. And that's our team headed in to the 2024 season. Other than that, we'll simulate to week 1 and we'll begin this season off, hopefully, strong. So we're back here at week 1. We'll set our season goal. Obviously, once again, we want to win the Super Bowl. That is going to be our goal for all 4 seasons, because we're the damn Dallas Cowboys. It's always our year. So keep auto-generated rookies here for the draft classes. Other than that, I'll do that shit myself. Let's take a look at the re-signed players. $112 million in cap. We got to bring back CeeDee Lamb. We have to bring back Dak Prescott. DeMarcus Lawrence. I feel like he's someone I'd like back, but we'll see what happens. Oso Odigizua, I want to bring back. Leighton Vander Esch, I'd like to bring back. Once again, we'll see what happens. Not the end of the world if we can't bring him back. We do have Marquise Bell and a couple other guys after that, so maybe I'll even let him walk. I mean, in all honesty with you. Zach Martin, he's the guy we'll have to talk about. Brandon Cooks, I'm going to let walk. Marquise Bell, I would like to bring back. He's still 25 overall, or 25 years of age. 25 years of age. Other than that, I'm not going to worry about, obviously, Tyler Smith, as I'm going to sign a 5th-year option to him. He's a superstar. We got to bring him back. Other than that, we'll work on that later. But what do I want to do, man? Do I focus on a middle linebacker? Do I try to find another middle linebacker to take that position? I feel like if I lose Zach Martin, I have that guard I can plug in there if I can't bring back Zach Martin. So that's, or I have that, sorry, not the guard, that center, I can plug in that right guard to play there. So it's not the end of the world. I wanted to go to re-sign players. I went to NFL rosters by accident. CeeDee Lamb, I mean, I have to bring him back. Dak Prescott, I have to bring back. I mean, I could look for a third-string receiver, but I have Jalen Tolbert for now, so that wouldn't be... Maybe I let DeMarcus Lawrence walk. I mean, he's a superstar X-Factor. Do I really want to let him walk? I feel like that'd be a dumb idea. If I can bring him back, I should bring him back. Oso Odighizuwa, I feel like I should bring back. Maybe I'll look for middle linebacker, maybe wide receiver. Maybe that's what we'll do. I don't really know. It's kind of tough to think about what I want to do when we have not many holes to really worry about. In all honesty with you, region breakdown. Let's take a look. Quarterback, corner, wide receiver. I think middle linebacker will be the play. I don't think we need to worry about a middle line or a wide receiver this year. I think I'll focus on middle linebacker and try to find somebody. And there's no like good middle linebacker things anywhere here. Not even outside linebacker, dude. This is fucked. But that's what we're gonna focus on in this draft. And once I figure out all the scouts, I will get back to you guys. I lied to you guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna do middle linebacker. Look at this middle linebacker class. Yeah, it's bad. We're gonna focus on wide receiver instead. That's what we're gonna do. All right. So National Scout will have a 3-star wide receiver, obviously. I mean, I wanted to do middle linebacker. There's no good middle linebackers in this class at all. Not even around 1 to 2 guy projected. Other than that, we have, I'll put a 1-star strong safety in West. Central, I have a 2-star wide receiver. Northeast, a 1-star wide receiver. And Southeast, a 1-star corner. And that's what we'll go with for this season. Other than that, we'll simulate to the mid-season mark. And I will see you guys over there. Here we are at week 8. Let's take a look at the mock draft number 2. We ended up losing to the Ravens. That's unfortunate. We are LaMichael Tyson, strong safety from Stanford. I'm not really looking to grab a strong safety, but we will always see what happens. We're always available. Well, we never know what's going to happen at the end of the day. Players ready to negotiate. We got a couple people we need to bring back. CeeDee Lamb, I'm sure he'll take what is offered to him. And there he goes. Dak Prescott, obviously, I need him back. He's going to be given a lot of cash. He's their franchise quarterback. What do you expect? DeMarcus Lawrence, I'm not going to focus on right now. Oso Odighizuwa, I'd like back. He is back with the team. Leighton Vander Esch, I'm going to wait on. Them. Marquise Bell, make an offer to him. He is back. Leighton Vander Esch, we'll make an offer to him now. He's back. That DeMarcus Lawrence, Zach Martin, this might be a tough one here. DeMarcus Lawrence, we'll need to free up some cap space. I might be able to do that. Other than Zach Martin, I don't think we're going to be able to bring back. It sucks. It sucks. Because it's our very good offensive line. But he's going to end up being... It's only going to be for a year. Oh, man, this is tough. But this is technically $7 million a year. He wants a $9 million for 1 year. Brandon Cooks, we're not bringing back. We might have to try and free up some cap space at the end of the season to try and bring at least one of these guys back. And it'll more than likely be DeMarcus Lawrence. I have a replacement for Zach Martin already up and ready to go. So it's unfortunate that we're going to lose both our Hall of Fame offensive linemen and our, superstar offensive linemen in back-to-back years. But what am I going to do, dude? I got to prioritize the younger and better talent at the end of the day, too. When there's a talent that's really good and he's younger, I got to prioritize that. Sucks, but we'll have to work with what we got to work with. Got to play with the cards we're dealt. That's exactly what we're going to do. National Focus Scouting. We are going to take a wide receiver. Yes, we're going to take a wide receiver. Now looking back on it, I feel like I could have focused on defensive end. I feel like I had enough to bring him back, but I don't. I also have Sam Williams. I don't think is leaving this year. I think he has another year left on his contract. Yeah, he does. So technically, if I can't bring back DeMarcus Lawrence, I can always move Sam Williams over to the left end then we can work with that for now, or right end, or whatever the fuck he's playing. But that's okay. We're going to simulate to week 10, and we'll go through the draft class. Alrighty, let's go through our draft class here. I feel like I really should have went after defensive end now, but that's not the end of the world. Wide receiver might be better off. I don't know if we can bring back Jalen Tolbert next year. Of course, I'm not bringing back Brandon Cooks. Michael Gallup's going to end up walking. I'm probably not going to end up bringing him back. But, yeah, we'll go through the whole draft class here, and I'll meet you guys back when I get to wide receiver. So wide receiver, we have Danny Worth, who actually looks pretty good. He's a playmaker. Physicals are pretty decent. Skills, B deep route, B run block, B short block. Sorry, B short route, I mean. A spec catch, A ball carrier vision, B catch in traffic, A medium route, A catching, C release. Danny Worth looks to be one of the better players here, who looks really good. Antoine Maxwell, he is a physical guy. Pretty good physicals. D deep route, A spec catch, A catch in traffic, A catching, D medium route. Meh. Isaiah Stapleton, who is a deep threat, who is 5'11". Decent physicals, pretty good. A deep route, B catch in traffic, B release, D medium route. I feel like we've seen better. Eric Choice is a deep threat guy, also really good physicals. B ball carrier vision, B catch in traffic, B release. All guys that are at 50% for some reason, because there's 2 fucking places that I didn't have a guy at. Gotta love it. Tyree Samuels, a deep threat. He's a 6'5" deep threat. Really good physicals as well. C deep route, C short route, B spec catch, B medium route, B catch in traffic, C catching. Not bad at all, honestly. Tyquan Winthrop, playmaker type. Decent physicals, D deep route, C spec catch, D short route, D medium route. This guy sucks. We need to take that off of him. Lewis Brackett, a physical wide receiver. Decent physicals, C deep route, A spec catch, D short route, C catch in traffic, F medium route, B release, B catching. He's not awful. Not very good either. Isaiah Sampson, who's a playmaker archetype. Okay, physical, C deep route, D short route, D spec catch, D release, C catching. I'm not liking any of those. Dalton Ashmore, playmaker archetype. Decent physicals, F deep route, C short route, B medium route, B catching. Nothing very good on him either. Other than that, that's it for our wide receivers, I guess. Alright, we'll take a look down our favorites. We got one halfback here. We got all our wide receivers. Got a tight end here. You got a couple offensive linemen, couple of outside linebackers that looked decent from my standard viewpoint there. Pat Dobbins, I'm actually going to drop out of here. Other than that, we'll keep these guys here. Take a look at them. And yeah, that's all I got. So we will simulate to week 11 here, past the 7-1 Giants, who are 7-1 somehow, which is kind of crazy to me. But we aren't going to talk about. We lost to them actually, so maybe we'll talk about it a little bit. What the fuck? I guess the Giants are just really good this year. Other than that, set our focus players, which hopefully Danny Worth is a top 5 wide receiver who we're probably going to try and go get. I'm going to be honest with you here. Tyree Samuels, around 2 to 3 guy. Lewis Brackett, around 3 to 4. I want to look at Antoine Maxwell. I'm going to leave the other 2 for now. And I'm going to go take a look at some of the linebackers here. I want to look at Dorian Ulrich and Alex Overeem. And that's what we're going to work with there. That is what we're going to do. Other than that, we are going to simulate to the postseason, and I will see you guys over there. We missed the playoffs at 9-8. We were 6-3. Defense is changing. We are not going with this defense again. No way we went. I mean, our offense is still number 4 in points per game. The fact that we fucking lost that number, we're not even in the playoffs at number, or we had a losing season, but we're not in the playoffs at number 4 in points per game at 28.8 points per game. That's insane. Whether you believe that or not, that's fucked. We allowed 23 points per game, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but it's not great either. Oh my lord, man, that is embarrassing. I feel absolutely embarrassed by that. Holy, I'll do that in a minute. Oh my god, dude. I just had to start that up right away. It's like, damn, what? I don't even know what to say. Fucking A. That's fucked, dude. That really is. What the fuck? Sorry about that. What the fuck, dude? What was I going to look at? Stats and rewards. Let's look at our stats for this year. Dak Prescott, 4,700 yards, 41 touchdowns, and only 6 picks. Another great year from Dak. 1,000 yards and 11 touchdowns from Tony Pollard. CeeDee Lamb had 1,400 yards and 6 touchdowns. Michael Gallup with 1,200 yards and 16 touchdowns. Brandon Cooks with 994 yards and 8 touchdowns. Jake Ferguson with 739 yards and 9 touchdowns. Blocking-wise, Luke Trent, not a very good rookie season, but not very good season from anybody, really. 96 tackles from Leighton Vander Esch, 20 tackles for loss from Mozzie Smith and Micah Parsons. Oso Odighizuwa with 18 tackles for loss and Marcus Owens with 17 tackles for loss. That's actually pretty good. Mozzie Smith only had 1 sack, but 20 tackles for loss. That means he tackled the running back quite a lot in the backfield. DeMarcus Lawrence had 14 sacks. Micah Parsons with 10.5 sacks. Oso Odighizuwa with 3 sacks. Leighton Vander Esch with 2.5 sacks. Mozzie Smith, DeMarvion Overshown, Valimi Fiocco, Sam Williams with 1 sack. Marquise Bell and Malik Hooker with 0.5 sack. Leighton Vander Esch and Trayvon Diggs with 4 picks. Marquise Bell with 2. Malik Hooker, Donovan Wilson, and Darren Bland with 1. Brandon Aubrey was 10 for 14 in field goals. Kyle Cora had 42 punts. God, dude, I'm actually annoyed. Holy. Wow, I can't even believe that. I guess we'll simulate to the Super Bowl and see who's there. Well, this is interesting. We got a Ravens-Cardinals Super Bowl. That's an interesting Super Bowl matchup I never thought I'd see. The 7 seed Ravens, nonetheless. They went to the number 2 seeded Bills, number 1 seeded Chiefs, blew out the number 1 seeded Chiefs, 42-0. Then, oh my God, it was the 7th and 6th seed. That's crazy. For the AFC Championship, well, that's obviously never happened before because the 7th seed has been to the AFC Championship before. But, dude, has a 6th seed, or a 5th seed ever... Like, back when it was only 6 seeds, has a 5th seed ever actually hosted an AFC Championship against a 6th seed? I don't know. A 3rd seed Cardinals beat a 5th seed Giants. That's another crazy one. Jesus, man, that's a crazy Super Bowl. Ravens and Cardinals. Maybe they were listening to me when I said, hey, we need to, like, fuck off at the Chiefs here. It's the same fucking thing every year. Yearly awards, MVP went to Patrick Mahomes, Dak Prescott at 2. That's whatever. NFC, Dak Prescott, Offensive Player of the Year. Michael Gallup at number 4. Defensive Player of the Year, DeMarcus Lawrence at number 3. Michael Parsons at 7. Oh my, wait. Leighton Vander Esch was actually at number 10. Offensive Rookie of the Year, we had nobody. Defensive Rookie of the Year, we had nobody. Best quarterback went to Dak Prescott. Best running back, Tony Pollard is at number 8. Best wide receiver went to Michael Gallup. And CeeDee Lamb at number 7. Best O-line, we did not have anybody there. Best D-line, DeMarcus Lawrence at number 2. Michael Parsons at number 5. Best linebacker, we had Leighton Vander Esch at number 10. Best defensive back, Trayvon Diggs at number 4. Best kicker, we had nobody. Wow, okay. A crazy year for us, even though we still ended up not making the playoffs with a 9-8 record, but whatever. Let's see who wins the Super Bowl between the Ravens and the Cardinals. And what a crazy fucking Super Bowl that is. I mean, fucking A. The Cardinals won the Super Bowl 35-24 to win their first ever Super Bowl. Wow. 2-time NFC champs for the Cardinals, 3-time AFC champs for the Ravens, 1-time Super Bowl champs for the Arizona Cardinals, and quarterback Christopher Olsen, a rookie quarterback, finally won the Super Bowl in Super Bowl 59. Holy shit, what a crazy year for the Cardinals. Drafted a rookie, and he brought him to the Super Bowl. That's insane. Good for them, I guess. I don't know what else to say besides that. View 2024 retirements. Have we lost anybody yet? NFC East. We have not. That is fucking crazy to me. Whatever. Upgrade players. Obviously, all practice squad guys, so we'll leave that be. Let the CPU handle that. Other than that, advance the week here to re-sign players. I don't believe we're going to really focus on re-signing anybody just yet. I haven't even fucking went through the... Probably why we lost. I haven't spent my coaching points. I normally do that at the beginning of every year. I'm still sitting at 668. Good God, I need to fucking spend those. Mock draft at number 3. They are mocking us. Danny Worth. Fuck, I'm fine with that. I'm A-okay with Danny Worth, man. The top 5 wide receiver in the class. Or top 5 player, not just top 5 wide receiver. Top 5 player in the class. Other than that, we don't really have any money to re-sign anybody. Tyler Smith, I'm going to pick up his 5th-year option. Other than that, DeMarcus Lawrence, I'm sorry. I have to let you go. Zach Martin, I'm sorry. I want to keep you guys. I just have no choice but to let you go and try to get younger at these positions. It's unfortunate. It's what we got to work with. Let's advance to off-season week 1. See if there isn't some kind of outstanding thing we have $21 million in cap space. Where the hell did this come from? That's weird. Fuck, if I can sign somebody now, I'll do it. Let's see if I can sign a defensive end. Because that's going to be what I need. Zach Martin is here. DeMarcus Lawrence is still here. Is there a possibility I could bring him back? But is there anybody else we'd like to prioritize? Jared Goff is here. Other than that, I don't really need that. Zach Martin, I'd have no possible chance to bring him back. Unfortunately, he's just a little too expensive. Sucks, but what am I going to do? And there's nobody else really here to even bother with. Left guard, nobody else here to even bother with either, to be honest with you. Left end, DeMarcus Lawrence is here. Other than that, it's pretty bad. Without right end, anybody younger? Banio Karankwo, Deo Dangbo's here, Peyton Turner's here. DeMarcus, buddy, we want you back. Come on back in for another year, huh? In fact, you know, come on back in for another 2 years. That's got to get you some. Come on. You know, don't go to the Cardinals. I know they just won a Super Bowl, but we can win a Super Bowl too. Even though we didn't make the playoffs last year, I believe we can win a Super Bowl. Don't do this to us, DeMarcus. He's back. Thank you, DeMarcus Lawrence. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's go. I thought I had such a fear he was going to go to the Cardinals. Thank God. All right. That's crazy that the Cardinals completely turned themselves around into a Super Bowl team in 1 year. Because they were the #1 pick. That's also the first ever time I'm sure someone went from being the #1 pick to winning the Super Bowl. They went from the #1 pick to number 32 pick. This is insane, man. This game is crazy. Our offense kind of sucks now with losing those offensive linemen, but I mean, what are you gonna do? What can we do? We don't have enough money to bring them back. We can't afford them, man. Jonathan Ellison, you're gonna get moved over to right guard, and that's where you're gonna play this season because you're our best offensive lineman to put there. You are actually a what, 78? 78 there. Okay. Jonathan Ellison will be our right guard from here on out. Other than that, we're looking pretty good. Let's just take a look down here. I think we're looking pretty good. I don't think there's anything else we have to worry about in terms of starters, at least. Obviously, I'm going to try and draft a wide receiver. If we take a look at our wide receiver room, it's still not bad. I mean, Jalen Tolbert's there, but we're going to lose Michael Gallup in a year or two. I'm probably not bringing him back. He's a little bit older. He's only 82. He's going to decline quite quickly. Other than that, we got a lot of middle linebackers that decided to come in and chill for a couple of years. Other than that, I think we're looking pretty good at every other position. So, and a superstar punter. I just saw that, yeah. Other than that, I think the punter was the only person that actually had a hidden dev trait. Oh, but you know who? Wait, let me take a look at a just lineup here. Because then just yeah, Ellison had a star. Tyler Smith is now a superstar, who's obviously we got to bring back next year. Not next year, in 2 years. Jake Ferguson's a superstar now. Luke Schoonmaker's still a star. Michael Gallup's actually a superstar now with CeeDee Lamb, a superstar X Factor. Tony Pollard's a superstar now. Dak Prescott's a superstar X Factor. DeMarvion Overshown, Leighton Vander Esch, Damone Clark, all stars. Donovan Wilson's a star. Malik Hooker's not that's crazy. Trayvon Diggs a superstar. Darren Bland not being at least a star. Next year he's probably going to be a superstar with 6 pick sixes. Him not being at least a star is crazy to me. Mozzie Smith, Oso Digazua, both stars. Michael Parsons, superstar X Factor. Obviously, we got DeMarcus Lawrence back, who's also a superstar X Factor. And K. Core, our punter, whatever the fuck his first name was, is a superstar as well. That's crazy. We'll simulate to the off-season recap, and I will see you guys over there. We are at the off-season recap, free agency recap, whatever. Let's take a look at mock draft number 5. I noticed in mock draft number 4 that Mr. Worth had moved up to the Titans, where he's still at. I will fucking do whatever it takes to get him, so don't think they're going to get out of this fucking easily. We're pick number 18. Oh, that's right, we missed the playoffs, so we're actually are down all the way down here. Pick number 18, fucking Richard Franz. I'm not bringing in Richard Franz. I'm going to trade up and get Danny Worth, even though I shouldn't have to trade up, but this game likes to fuck me over, so why would I? Yeah. I'll leave it there. I'll leave that there. Other than that, Zach Martin ended up going to the Cardinals. A Super Bowl winning Cardinals. Just got one of the best offensive linemen in the NFL. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Wyatt Teller to the Panthers. Joel Bitonio to the Panthers. DeMarcus Lawrence came back to the Cowboys. Taron Johnson to the Cardinals. Tyrann Mathieu to the Rams. Taylor Decker to the Jets. Jaylen Warren to the Cardinals. Julian Love to the Buccaneers. Jared Goff went to the Buccaneers. Chidobe Awuzie went to the Steelers. Ernest Jones to the Cardinals, DeAndre Hopkins to the Jets, Wandale Moore to the Giants, Rob Havenstein to the Steelers, got Garrett Bowles to the Titans, Eric Armstead to the Broncos, Byron Murphy Jr. to the Rams, Elijah Moore to the Panthers, Jamin Davis to the Broncos, Michael Carter II to the Broncos, Mitch Morse to the Vikings, Rashad Bateman to the Titans, Kendrick Bourne to the Steelers, Jordan Whitehead to the Steelers, J.K. Dobbins to the Cardinals, Isaiah Rodgers Sr. to the Titans, David Long Jr. to the Steelers. Other than that, that's it for the 80 overalls. Let's take a look at the private workouts. We're going to do whatever we can to trade up, by the way. I don't care what it takes. We are trading up and getting that wide receiver, so I'm not even going to bother looking at these other wide receivers. I'm going to look at linebackers, actually. So, Dorian Ulrich, Alex Overeem. Look at the corner. He actually moved up to a round 1 to 2 guy, so maybe I'll just leave him be. He originally was a round 2 to 3 guy, but we'll let him be. Let's take a look at. These are both kind of the same player. Isaiah Stapleton. They're both kind of the same thing, so I guess it really doesn't matter. Let's simulate to the 2025 draft. That trade offer. I'm not trading Marquise Bell. Get out of here. Why is he even on the trade block? Other than that, we will take a look at our guy here. Isaiah Stapleton's a top 5 guy as well. Oh, fuck. Who's better? Is it Danny Worth? He's a playmaker archetype. Elite agility. A solid speed, though. A awareness, A ball carrier vision, A break tackle, A medium route, A catching, A spec catch, B deep route, B run block, B short route, B kick return, B spin move, B stamina, B stiff arm, B catch in traffic, C release. Let me take a look at Isaiah Stapleton. They're both top 5 guys. Honestly, I don't think I care who I get. Elite speed, though. Isaiah Stapleton might be the fucking go now. C awareness, though, that kind of sucks. But A deep route, B run block, B spec catch, B ball carrier vision, A carrying, A kick return, B spec catch, B stamina, D medium route, B stiff arm, B release, and B catch in traffic. Maybe I'll just let Danny Worth go to the Titans. Even though I honestly believe he's probably the better player out of these two. But does that mean Eric Choice is fucking phenomenal as well? Elite acceleration, great speed. I mean, A deep route. No, he's not on the par of Isaiah Stapleton and Danny Worth. But he's still, I mean, he's probably a round one or two guy. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with him there. This bracket we'll get out of here. Tyree Samuels, I'm fine with him sticking right there. And that, Alex Overeem, day 3 guy. Dorian Aldridge is actually a round 1 to 2 guy. So that's incredible. Maybe I'll draft him. Why not? I'll probably draft him in a 3rd if he's still available. I don't have a 3rd round pick. I'll have to draft him. I don't need to draft an offensive lineman in this draft. So we should be fine with that. Let's start the NFL draft. Wait, actually, let me see if Isaiah Stapleton is going anywhere past me. Not prospects. I need to look at mock drafts. So in terms of wide receivers, Danny Worth is going at 12. If I could trade up to get him, I would. Other than that, Stapleton is not projected to go till 31 to the Ravens. I'm 100% down to sit here and if I can trade up to get Worth, I'd like to try, but we'll see what happens. Oh, I did not expect that to work. I gave him a first. We're swapping first this year, and I gave him a third next year. Oh, it's okay. I mean, I guess I didn't expect that to work, but fuck it, I'll take it. Because that means we can take Mr. Worth. I was actually trying to trade with the Broncos. I guess I traded with the Titans, but whatever. Danny Worth, hidden dev trait, 90 acceleration, 95 agility, 87 change of direction, 85 jumping, 90 speed. That's great. That's great. I'm happy with that. We'll simulate to our next user pick, and we'll go ahead prioritize that middle linebacker right there. Bring in Dorian Aldridge, another round 1 guy. Normal dev trait, but that's whatever. If I do end up losing, or I can now trade like a Leighton Vander Esch if I need to or not. Advance to our next. Oh, I missed next round. Not view my draft board. That is not what I wanted to do. I want to go to round 4 and see if I have any of those guys that I wanted to. Why is the clouds moving so fast? Holy shit. I just realized I've never looked up at the clouds in this thing. Wow, alright. Advance the next user pick. What I was trying to do beforehand, but it didn't work. We'll see if there's anyone still available here for. Nah, there's not. Alright, I'm going to pick up depth pickups from here on out. I'll see you guys at the recap. Alright, we got the draft recap here. Let's take a look at everybody here. Danny Worth is actually a 79 overall wide receiver. Wow, I'm very happy I was able to trade up to get him. That's amazing. Danny Aldridge is actually a 74 overall middle linebacker. Other than that, our depth pickups with the right tackle, we got Blake Myers, center Alec Rutland, quarterback Shane Wright, and defensive tackle Martin Clement. Other than that, that's a great fucking draft right there. Best player in the draft was Trent Sinclair, a quarterback out of USC. Mello Brown, a left end from LSU. Other than that, we got the third best player in the draft. Stapleton ended up being a 77. Choice ended up being a 76, and the Ravens went with 10 because the Bengals actually went up and stole Stapleton from the Ravens. That's great. That's great. Fuck it, guys. At our pick, the Titans actually got a 78 overall, so they still got a really good player in this draft at Terrell Drummond. So good for them. Other than that, very, very happy with this draft class. Danny Worth is going to be a phenomenal player for the Dallas Cowboys here. We will advance to week 1 of the 2025 season. We're looking at a really, really good team. I'm probably going to end up switching the defense. I'm thinking Ravens type defense. We'll probably look at what they got. If not, we'll figure. I'm not trading Marquise Bell. Get out of here. Other than that, let's take a look down our roster. At quarterback, we got Dak Prescott and Shane Wright. At halfback, we got Tony Pollard, Deuce Vaughn, and Felix Pounds. Fullback, Hunter Lupke. Wide receiver, we got CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Danny Worth, Jalen Tolbert, Jalen Brooks, and Tony Farrell. Tight end, we got Jake Ferguson and Luke Schoonmaker. Left tackle, we got Luke Trent and Matt Waletzko. Left guard, we got Tyler Smith and Asim Richards. Center, Tyler Biotish and Alec Rutland. Right guard, we got Jonathan Ellison and TJ Bass. Right tackle, we got Terrence Steele and Blake Myers. Left end, DeMarcus Lawrence and Viliami Fioco. Right end, Micah Parsons and Sam Williams. Defensive tackle, Oso Odigizua, Mozzie Smith, and Martin Clement. Left outside linebacker, DeMarvion Overshown and Jeff Dockery. Middle linebacker, Leighton Vander Esch, Marquise Bell, Dorian Aldridge. Daniel Spriggs, Alan James, and Terrell Harris. Right outside linebacker, Damone Clark and Andre Mintz. Corner, Trayvon Diggs, Darren Bland, CJ Henderson, Darren Hall, Deshaun Wright, Vincent Gray, Eric Garrar, Eric Scott Jr., Alan George, Stephen Gilmore, Jaquan Randall, and Shelton Greenberry. We have so many corners. Free safety, Malik Hooker and Oscar Dane. Strong safety, Donovan Wilson and Wanye Thomas. Kicker, Brandon Aubrey. Punter, Kyle Core. And that is our team. That is part 1 of the rebuild finished. I think we got a really good young team going into these next couple of years. We've been able to keep around the same overall. Other than that, yeah, that's about it. That is going to do it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, please drop a like. That'd be greatly appreciated. If you're new here, please subscribe for more NFL-related content and other NFL rebuilds. We'll probably do a part 2 to the Dallas Cowboys rebuild. We might do a Texans rebuild, and after that, we'll see where things go from there. Other than that, I do video game content as well. Starting on February 2nd or 3rd, we'll do Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. In February 29th, we have Final Fantasy 16. Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. Other than that, in March, beginning of March, we believe we have WWE 2K24. After that, we got sometime in March, I don't remember the date, we got Alone in the Dark as well. In February, we'll do a couple of streams, maybe on Skull and Bones. And in March, we'll probably do a couple of streams on Outlast Trials. Also, WWE and AEW professional wrestling content as well. Social medias in the description below. Twitter, Instagram, Threads. Go follow all of those. Leave a comment of what you thought of this part 1 to the Dallas Cowboys rebuild. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for tuning in.